Hello folks, welcome to another week of building the old pallet cabin. In the last episode, we got all of this ceiling insulation up and the battens prepared for the roof boards. Today, I'm gonna be going through and filling in these triangles with a little bit of framing and some insulation. And we're also gonna try to get the braces on the roof, the rest of the battens, so that we're good to go to put our walls and our roof boards up. But before we do that, I've noticed that my videos in the pallet cabin are a little dark right now, so I think I'm gonna fix that. Okay, it's not a whole lot better, but it's not a whole lot worse either. All right, we can get started on framing these triangles. So I'm gonna start measuring things out. Now we just got to figure out where all these go. I've got a little bit of a problem. The spot where I was going to attach to on the rafter, I can still fit my finger behind. But it's flush down here. Cut some spacers. Hey guys, it's the disembodied voice of Jake. What I'm doing right now might be confusing to some of you, so I'm gonna try to clear it up real quick.
I sold out, guys. I'm using screws instead of pallet nails.
So essentially I'm adding these braces to the top triangle areas for two main reasons. The first being that to add insulation to these areas, I need a little bit more bracing so that it doesn't just fall out. And the second is that these wood pieces will act as framing that I can use to attach wall boards to. I hope that helps. All right, y'all, that's the first one done. That's what it's gonna look like. But it's pretty dark, I'm pretty tired, I'm pretty hungry, so I'll see you guys in the morning. We'll tackle the rest. All right, my friends, it's a great time to shift gears and talk about today's video sponsor, Milesea Tools. They sent me this S50 green beam laser meter measuring tool. If you're the kind of person that hates fussing around with the tape measure and is always forgetting your measurements, this thing could save you a lot of time. You probably noticed me using it in this video already to lay out the measurements for my framing in like tricky, difficult spots that were hard to reach as a solo person. I also used it in the last video to plan out how the battens were going to be laid out and just really get a sense for what this project was going to look like. One thing that I love about this guy is that it has a history button, so you can go back and look at all the measurements that you've just saved, which means I don't have to remember them. Big bonus. You can turn this thing on, point the laser at something, and this thing can tell you how far it is. I also found myself using it to level things in difficult to reach places. I'm not the kind of guy that really cares if things are level all the time, but having something like this in my toolkit makes that process a lot easier if I did want to get something level for once. The green laser that they built in here not only makes you feel like a freaking Jedi, but it's also really good for bright days. It also does some funky math stuff. If you have to measure 2 points that are kind of far apart and you can't reach them, you can set this thing up on a tripod and it'll use some triangle technology to tell you exactly the distance, even if you're not standing next to either 2 points. So the Milesea S50 laser tool gets a +1 in my book. If you guys want to check one of these out, there's a link in the description or in the pinned comment that'll take you to their Amazon page and you can shop around. That's it for today. Let's get back to the build. All right, it's a new day. I'm feeling a lot better today. I was feeling pretty slumpy yesterday, so I've already got the braces cut for the next triangle that we're gonna frame and insulate. I don't know what those things are called, so if somebody knows, feel free to tell me. Is it like a gable? I don't think it's a gable. Anyway, let's get these braces up. Let's get this insulation in so we can move on to finishing up the ceiling. All right. Boom. Boom. Now we can start putting these guys up. That's a problem. I need this to be able to sit higher so that I can fit the battens here, or else the roof. Let's see, the battens will sit about 1.5 inches down, plus the wood. So that'll give me about 2x4's length that I'll have to cover. It might actually look cool. I think I'm gonna leave it. Trust the process, Jake. Try not to knock everything on my face. Shit. These screws get tangled real nasty in this insulation if they catch it. Probably could have waited till after putting the braces up to insulate, but that's just not how I do things. I like to be extra hard for no reason. Okay, get out of the way. All right, it's not great, but it's good enough. Fuck. I missed by just a hair and now the screw won't come out. Classic. To get these screws out when they're stuck like this, you gotta apply pressure from the back. And once you get them out a little bit, they'll start to come out on their own. Always fun. Oh, damn. 2 in a row. That's what I get for making my braces out of 1x3s. That's a winner. I don't know if this is right, but we're in it now. I'm really starting to realize how unlevel all of this shit is. But you know what? That's all part of the fun. If you guys are wondering if I meant for this framing and the battens to line up, I did not. That was purely by accident. I am not that smart. Oh, I just busted one of the braces. I don't know if I can fix that. That's a problem. I just blew that out. That's probably not great. Oh, come on. Fuck. Oh, I should be wearing eye protection. You guys are right. That's where we landed. Oh, I'm a little nervous, but I mean, I should probably add a little bit more bracing. I kind of want to just send it and start putting up some boards. What could go wrong, right? Let's do it. Okay, so story time. My buddy works for this carpentry company and they're always getting extra wood. He offered me these cedar boards that they tore out of this old cafe. They are beautiful, they are thick. It's like probably $1,000 worth of wood. So I want to use them as the ceiling in the cabin, but the trick is I only have exactly enough. So I really can't mess up any of these cuts. Everything's kind of got to go perfectly. I did a bunch of math ahead of time, took some measurements, and figured out that I should have exactly enough. Like we're talking 1 or 2 boards extra by the time I get everything filled in. That's the start of something beautiful right there. But I think using these as the roof is just really going to set the aesthetic of the cabin up to a new level. So we're just going to cross our fingers and hope it all works out.
Seeing those boards up feels really good. It's making me pretty excited to actually push through. And I'm realizing like we're pretty close. We're really pretty close. That's it for today's video, you guys. In the next one, we're gonna get our walls up. We're gonna get our ceiling boards up. And if all goes well, we'll have this thing closed up and almost ready to be used by the end of the month. But we'll just have to see what happens. All right. See you guys in the next one.